Thanks so much for giving us some time on SNI. You were talking about specifics on which the MMA and the RBI had been discussing in terms of an immediate budgetary support that the Maldives needs. Can you give us some more details?
Actually, the RBI and the MMA, that is the currency swap agreement facility that we have right now through the SAC finance arrangement. Through our discussions with the officials in India, we asked to actually enhance the facility. Right now it is around $200 million. We requested to increase that facility, and also the amount of time that it is available. Right now it is a 6 months period. We actually would like to increase it more than 6 months. That's what we've asked. And the budget support, that is because of the irregular fiscal policies that were adopted by the previous government, we foresee that we will run into cash flow difficulties in December, January. So we are also requesting Indian government to ease the budgetary restrictions that we may face in the future. So that's why we are asking budgetary support from the Indian government. The signals that we have got so far is very positive. I think we are going to get that.
You're saying December, January is when it will actually show how badly off you are. Well, that's a perfect time because President Solih will be coming on the first anniversary of his swearing in on the 17th for any possible agreements to be signed. So you're saying again the signals from the Indian side are very positive on what you've asked for?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The signals are very positive, and we are hopeful that any arrangements that are agreed, we can put that into paper, and the agreements can be signed when President Solih comes to India on a state visit.
You also talked about, and we've spoken to the foreign minister as well, who said that various departments have various figures for the amount of debt that has been incurred not only to China but overall by the government, sovereign debts, or whether it's sovereign guarantees to banks or private players. That you've mentioned you should be able to collate and give a specific figure to that data within a week.
That's what I said, yes. We are currently in the process of reconciling all the data we have. As I said before, this is only 1 week that we are in office. So right now what we are doing is we are getting all the information not only from the finance ministry but also from state-owned enterprises. I think the main black hole will be the finances of all these state-owned enterprises. So we are in the process of looking at all the data that is currently available, but I am hopeful that within a week's time I can go to the press and say what is the exact number of sovereign guarantees, amount of sovereign guarantees that were given, and the debt number, and also the way forward from where we are in, from the mess we are in. So I think, and also as I have mentioned earlier, we as a government, we will publish all the data, government finance data, so that right now all the ambiguity, all the speculation is there because it was done in such a secret manner and the data is not readily available. But we will make that readily available, and it will be open and transparent. So I think the room for speculation will be very minimal.
We've heard also the figures 1.5 billion, 3.2 billion. President Rashid saying that an invoice had been handed over by the Chinese ambassador. But what other specific areas in economic development have you asked for India's assistance, either monetarily or financially or technically?
We have actually asked technical assistance from the finance ministry officials, and they are very positive, and they have asked me to actually send official letter of requesting the technical support. We will do that. And I think the other projects that we are looking into engagement from the business community here is the health sector development. We have included 3 tertiary hospitals in 2019 budget, and also we have basic infrastructure projects like the water and sewerage, We have around 173 islands without water and 46 islands without proper sewerage systems. We want to actually invest and start the work within first 3 years, and then I think we will be able to get more space within the budget itself to actually invest in other capital infrastructure projects.
Minister, the Foreign Minister has also already mentioned that he will be also looking for assistance from other countries. He's traveling to the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and then possibly China as well. Will you be also looking at restructuring the debt or changing the terms of the debt with China in some possible manner?
As I have mentioned earlier, actually most Chinese projects right now it is completed, so the room for renegotiation is not there. But going forward, our main priority area will be to have proper cost accounting, engineering costs, because we think most of these projects are at an inflated prices, not only the Chinese projects but other projects, because as you may have known, the last 5 years the corruption level in the Maldives has gone up. We want to bring it down through eliminating the corruption, bureaucracy. Then I think going forward our budgetary restrictions will be limited.
Again, like you're saying, most of the projects are completed, but when we spoke to President Rashid also, he said he was very clear that if there's any asset-driven debt, of course the Maldives will pay it back or try and pay it back in whatever manner, but if the non-asset or non-resource generating debt will be looked at.
We are going to look at all the debt arrangements, but right now I cannot say that because my staff are now looking into that. In the next press conference, I look forward to say more on that.
And what about the free trade agreement with China? That there has been a lot of speculation on whether that would be reviewed as well.
I think the foreign minister have clearly mentioned the way forward. The government is currently looking into all the details. Without the assessment from the Attorney General, I think I am not in a position to comment on that. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you so much. Just go back to